What's going on, everybody? Welcome once again to Bluedaberry Gaming. My name is Bluedaberry, of course. Today I wanted to talk about Saints Row 5. Let's get into the video. Alright, so Saints Row was one of my favorite games of all time, probably. Just because of the time that I put into Saints Row. I love Saints Row 1. I love Saints Row 2. And then Saints Row 3 kind of fell off and I wasn't too much into it. Alright, so Saints Row 1, I put so much time and effort into that game. I played online every single day. That was one game that I played every day. And I met the majority of my friends that I found online was from Saints Row. I mean, I know everything about Saints Row. We played and we used to create gangs and join other gangs. I remember people used to send invites, formally asking other people to join their gangs and stuff. When we did good in the matches, it was always fun. You know, either playing team deathmatch or protect the pimp. It was always really fun. And that's one thing I really loved about Saints Row. I mean, I remember the glitches. I remember people A-tapping. I remember people glitching in the lobby, the pipe bomb glitch, and people being dead. You know, I spent so much time just creating our own lobby, learning how to drive on the side of the wall in that parking garage level and going all the way to the top, jumping on top of your vehicle that you were driving on and being able to snipe people from the top of the parking garage. I mean, I put so much time in the Saints Row. I knew everything about that game. You know, I was pretty good. There was a couple times I had a couple one-on-one matches that I got beat. And there was a lot of times that, you know, I beat the other person. Somebody would ask to start up a one-on-one and we would go at it and it'd be so good. It was never like, you know, a blowout. It was always just like right on. Because like if somebody started glitching, then I would start glitching. But I never would because I knew how to handle myself in Saints Row. That was one game I knew how to handle myself. The story was cool. I love having a button to kick, a button to punch, you know, and a button to like, it was like you can make your own combos with it. Like you can kick whenever you wanted to. It wasn't just like thrown into a combo. And it felt like I had so much more control over my character, which I loved. Saints Row 2, it was good. The story was a lot better. It was a lot more to do. They gave us so many more side quests and a lot of weird things that was going on in Saints Row 2. But Saints Row 2, I really loved it. I enjoyed it as a game. Still supported the franchise because it wasn't like they took anything away. I kind of didn't like the running in the game, and the online was terrible, you know. And then eventually they cut the Saints Row 1 servers online. They cut those off, and that was one of the worst days ever because I remember signing on and I could not get a match for like 2-3 days straight, and I was like, what is going on? And it was pretty much they closed down the servers. And Saints Row 2 was so horrible online. The character, I couldn't shoot anything, I couldn't get any kills, but the story and the single player was so much fun because there was so much to do, so many side missions. It didn't make it so that you had to complete the side missions to finish the game, and it just made it so much better. So there was so much more to do. It seemed like they were going in the right direction. And then I guess the comparisons to Grand Theft Auto just kind of broke them down or something, and they pretty much took a whole different turn on Saints Row 3 and made it to where you have superpowers and stuff like that. It was so weird. I didn't like the character design. I didn't really like much of the game. I did like the weird guns, like the octopus cannon and the shark gun. Even though I had to pay extra for it, it was still, you know, those bonus guns and stuff like that were still the reason I like Saints Row. Other than that, I wasn't into it. I still beat the game, but I was just like, I was so disappointed because it was going in the wrong direction. And I was thinking maybe they'll come back. Saints Row 4 came out. Even worse. I didn't even finish that game. I couldn't believe what was going on with superpowers. What was going on? And then the DLC, you know, Gat Out of Hell and all those other games and the spin-offs and stuff. I didn't get into it at all because it was just going in the wrong direction. Couldn't support it anymore, even though I still like the weirdness of the game and how funny it was. It was always hilarious. That was the fun part about the game. I just couldn't support it at that point anymore because it was just getting too weird and it wasn't the Saints Row that I wanted. So hopefully this is what I want from Saints Row 5 is them to bring back what we loved about Saints Row. There were so many great things about Saints Row that made it a lot different from Grand Theft Auto. There's a lot of things that made it different, and it made it stand out as its own game. And there was other ways and other things they could have done to make it better. Even though Grand Theft Auto is killing online and stuff like that right now, I mean, there was a lot of things they could have done differently, because eventually games get played out. No matter how much you play them, they're eventually going to get played out. And the best thing is to play something that's close to that game, because you don't want to go into a different genre if you're not like me, because you like to stick with that same genre. I'm just weird. I just jump on different games. But Saints Row, if you got tired of Grand Theft Auto, that was another Grand Theft Auto to play. So I think they had its own place, and it held its own place for its own reasons, because it was different and it was pushing the limits on what Grand Theft Auto wouldn't do. So I think it should go back to its roots, bring that back, bring that the way we love Saints Row and what we've grown to love from Saints Row, and not what they've changed it into. You know, I'm pretty sure they're probably working on Agents of Mayhem 2, and that's going to be their next big thing. You might see a trailer at E3. I'm not too sure about it, because I'm not too sure how good Agents of Mayhem did. I might have to go back and play that one, because I did and I skipped it, because it's what they should have called Saints Row 3. I mean, they should have called Saints Row 3 Agents of Mayhem, because that's what it was going towards, you know? I mean, I know it's a completely different type of game now, but what Saints Row should have done was named Saints Row 3 something different. I know there's still fans out there, and there's a lot of people that still want it, and I know, you know, there's less likely that it's going to happen. I feel like if Agents of Mayhem is not doing what they are doing, and when the PlayStation 5 does come out, that's a chance for them to bring back Saints Row, because it was my first game for my Xbox 360. So Xbox 2 comes out. That's the perfect time to bring back Saints Row, the original Saints Row, the one that we loved, because it was different from Grand Theft Auto for its own reasons, and I missed that game. But that's all I wanted to say today. If y'all love Saints Row, let me know in the comment section. Talk about that. If y'all part of Blueberry Squad, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already part of the Blueberry Squad down below, or click that Blueberry muffin. My name is Bluedaberry,